bags are packed, are you ready to go? This time tomorrow we'll be on the road, riding with you into sunnier days. I wouldn't want it any other way. Taking the good with the ups and downs. I wanna see how the world turns round. Let's go adventure in the deep blue sea. Home is with you wherever that may be. Home is with you wherever that may be.
Jane has her quacker. We all have quackers.
Y'all need to get rid of before we finish the tour. We'll be here to help. At a modern day vaudeville theater, and that's definitely been a mainstay down on 6th Street. If you're walking around here in the evening, you can sometimes see people out here, like some of the comedians out hassling people to get involved in the show. You see a lot of old businesses here. On the right, this beige building back in the 1870s was Austin's first black-owned business. This was the old stagecoach route from Houston. On the right here, Lucky Lizard and the Museum of the Weird. Up here, that's where Johnny Depp lived during the filming of What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Slogan before Portland, although Portland is pretty weird. I was just up there. But Keep Austin Weird was... That slogan was coined by actually one of my mom's friends, a librarian. Fruity Donuts, Prince Bar over here. This road, North-South Street, named after the Congress of the Republic of Texas. And over here on the right, you see the Paramount Theater, which used to be called the Majestic. It was built in 1915 as an opera house. In 1966, this is where the Adam West Batman movie was premiered. So, Batman. And more recently, the movie that just won the Best Picture in the Oscars was also premiered here. So let's see, the Marx Brothers, they performed here. Houdini. This building to the left of here is also a theater, the Stateside Theater. The actual Capitol building in Austin. The first was a log cabin. The second was a limestone building that burned down right over there. And that's the third one. So back in the 1880s, the people of Austin, the state, decided that the Capitol building was getting kind of old. Slava Ukraini! And this one over on the right here. You got the Capitol, you see at the very top. So you all know why the Capitol building, I'm sorry, what they'll always say about the Capitol building, it's taller than the U.S. Capitol because everything is bigger in Texas, and it's also the biggest state capitol in the nation. It's taller by 14 feet because of that Goddess of Liberty. That Goddess of Liberty is a copy of the original, and it was flown up in the 1980s by a National Guard helicopter. Now in the foreground, you've got the statue commemorating African American history in Texas. At the very top, you've got the bringing of the Emancipation Proclamation to Texas, an event which is now known the nation over and the world over as Juneteenth. And now beneath the flags at the very top, you can see the seals of the 6 flags that rule Texas. All about in the span of 100 years, you've got Spain, France, Mexico, Republic of Texas, the Confederacy, and the United States over there. So within the entire 19th century, with the exception of France, all those countries ruled Texas at some time. So they just didn't get much sleep. This has been the continuous residence for the governor of Texas ever since, with one gap. And that gap was in 2000, about 2009, 8?
92. You talking about Perry?
Yeah, no, that was 2000. That was the early 2000s. A guy came in and threw a Molotov cocktail in there, burned the building, and they had to do a bunch of renovations. So Rick Perry ended up having to move way out west to Lost Creek. And when they did these renovations, they put in all these security features as well, which is why we can't really see the governor's mansion too well. So that you've got these profiling cameras too. So if you owe money on child support and you want to keep that Camaro, you better avert your gaze. And you see them right over there. On the right over here, we've got our new courthouse. New courthouse built in 1931. Beautiful Art Deco style of architecture. The previous courthouse was torn down because it was infested with vermin, bats to be specific. In Austin, we have a thing about bats. It's called the Heman Marion Sweat Courthouse. And Heman Marion Sweat was the first African-American law student at the University of Texas up there. And and as a student, he was involved in a very important legal case that helped pave the way for the end of separate but equal. You can get a brief look out there of the hill country, which we'll see a little bit more of later. This park here, Woolridge Park, is one of the original parks plotted out by Edmund Waller in 1841. It was a dump throughout most of the 19th century, and then in 1911, Mayor Woolridge renovated this park. He turned it into a park again, had this bandstand built. Now you can see people having their weddings here, quinceañeras. There's a guy who plays chess out here with life-size chess pieces. Sometimes there's a guy with a metal detector looking for wedding rings and Sam Houston's gold. Bremond was the old fire chief. He was from France, and he dressed the Austin Fire Department up like French soldiers in bright blue coats. And that was his house in this beautiful second empire style, which is something that you associate much more with Nolens or Haiti than with Austin. So you see this beautiful French style tucked away from downtown, right out of the madness. And you used to actually have to be a member of the Bremond family to live on this block. Now over here on the left, you've got a who's who of Austin as the Last Supper. So y'all can probably recognize Willie Nelson. Owen Wilson, used to see him around here. You got Barbara Jordan. You've got Janis Joplin, Stevie Ray Vaughan. Furthest to the left, you got Leslie, that person I mentioned before. Leslie ran for mayor. You got furthest to the right, you got Mr. Charles Overton, oldest living World War II veteran who lived in East Austin near Houston Tillotson University.
All right, we're gonna go in the water.
It's like it's a pretty day, so we've got some other boaters out here. You can also come back here and do some fishing. I've caught a few fish out here. It's not. So, all right, now we're gonna start the aquatic part of our tour. Let's just get ready for a second. Make sure the coast is clear. Big splash or little splash? Okay, man. Okay, all right. Okay, so well, you get what you asked for.
These boats clear with all that.
Once the coast is clear, we'll head on out.
I was driving in it.
We're floating in the water.
Now that we're on the water, on Lake Austin, y'all can get up and stretch your legs and walk around. We don't have any traffic around us. About to be land bound for a bit. Everybody comfortable back there? What do you think we can quack our way out of here? Everybody got your quackers? All right, release the quacking. All right. Good work, everyone. On a beautiful day like today, you'll see a lot of people walking their dogs, running around. This big thing was environmental beautification. Of course, her husband was a big-name Texas politician, ended up becoming president and all that. But Lady Bird Johnson devoted herself to the wildlife of Texas. And in the early 2000s, the city came to her and offered to name the lake after her. And what she said, being a good, modest Southern woman, she said, "Over my dead body." But then she died, and the city named the lake after her. So now it's called Lady Bird Lake or Town Lake. It's a great place to go on a day like today. You can actually walk down here from the convention center itself. This trail goes all the way around the river. We've even got a pedestrian bridge up there. There's very, very beautiful views of downtown that you can get up on that bridge. Further on here, you see that 6-story building on the left on Port Side. That's our main library. And this is where the Clash filmed their video for Rock the Casbah. This is where they do things like the reggae festivals. I think it would be worth it. Now, if you look over there on the right, you can see Austin's most famous bridge. And you might have heard about this bridge. You know what the bridge is famous for? The bats. The bats. So the bats are Austin's top 1 or 2 or 3 draws for tourism.
I know.
I will say, if you're here for the
Beautiful.
bats right now, they're not flying at this time of year. They're starting to arrive. And when all the pups are born, there are about 1.5 million bats.
We just got off the tour. We're heading over to Congress Street right now to check out the shops and the food. We are starving, but first I want to talk about that tour. It was a great tour to do if you're out here in Austin. They talked about the history, a lot of the places you want to go, such as the shops, the food, some of the events that happen out here. What else, Adam? Am I missing something?
Water.
Some of the speakeasies back from the 1920s. Some of
Yep.
the celebrities that own bars down here. Matthew McConaughey is from here.
Their homes.
Sandra Bullock is from here.
Yeah, I didn't know Sandra Bullock was from here. But guys, it was a great tour. We had these little duck horns that we would honk or blow through to honk out at everybody along the road. Our tour guide would yodel here and there, which was kind of funny, but highly recommend it. It was a great tour to go on. We're gonna stop at what is this place called? Hop Dottie for our first meal.
That is too windy.
Great food here, highly recommend it. It was delicious. right, guys, we are back at our Airbnb and we are so tired. It's about 6:20. We have a pizza to eat since we got it to go, and we had an awesome day. We had an awesome time walking around Congress Street, and there's a lot of really cute shops there. A lot of kids and Adam are over there in the kitchen making funny faces at me. Anyways, we're gonna enjoy the evening. We'll probably play a game. I have a haunted mansion over there that is drying because I spilled coffee all over it this morning. But Peter, we gotta take that duck away from you. But guys, thank you so much for tagging along with us today. We had so much fun, and we have more fun to be had tomorrow when we go to the Austin Zoo. And we're gonna bring you along for that. Guys, you wanna say something? Okay, get it out of your system. Guys, before you leave. Oh, you want to say something? Alright guys, I'm going to let you go. Be sure to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already. Come along with us tomorrow. We have more fun here in Austin to be had. Thank you so much for your support, and good night.
Let's go adventure in the deep blue sea. Home is with you wherever that may